Hey everyone. So, if you're someone who's already switched to a non alcohol mouthwash or maybe a hydroxyapatite toothpaste because you want to protect your oral microbiome, well, you are way ahead of the curve. But here's a question. Did you know that your body's ability to produce nitric oxide, which is absolutely crucial for your heart health, depends entirely on that microbiome you're working so hard to protect? Yeah, you're being proactive, you're picking out better products, and honestly, that's awesome. But the question we're going to dig into today goes a little deeper. We're actually going to connect the dots between that healthy mouth you're building and, well, one of the most important organs in your body, your heart. Let's see how they're connected. Okay, so to really understand this critical link, we first need to get to know the hidden, bustling world that's living right inside your mouth. Your oral microbiome, it's not just a bunch of random germs. Think of it as a complex, living community of microorganisms. And these little guys have huge jobs, from kicking off the first stage of digestion to literally being your mouth's first line of defense against things that can make you sick. You know, for decades, the whole point of oral care was to just kill everything, to wage this all-out war on bacteria. But that's kind of like trying to tend a garden with a flamethrower. The real goal isn't to destroy everything, it's to cultivate. We want to help the good bacteria thrive so they can keep the bad ones from taking over. And the difference is, well, it's night and day. When your oral garden is in balance, it's helping you digest your food and it's supporting your entire body's health. But when it gets disrupted, we're not just talking about bad breath or a few cavities. You're basically opening the door to much bigger, systemic problems down the line. So, how does this delicate garden get so thrown out of whack? Well, ironically, it's often because of our own daily routines, the very things we think are helping. Just think about it for a second. A lot of us wake up, we drink something acidic like coffee, and then we immediately go brush our teeth, which can actually scrub that acid deeper into our enamel. Then, to get rid of that coffee breath, we might swish with a really harsh alcohol-based mouthwash that just wipes out everything, the good microbes along with the bad. We're accidentally creating the perfect storm for trouble. And look, this isn't just a theory. A pretty recent study in the Journal of Medical Microbiology raised some serious red flags. The lead researcher, Dr. Lawman, is basically warning that if you're using these products every single day, you really need to understand what the consequences could be. And here's what the study found. After just 3 months of daily use, there was a big increase in bacteria that are linked to gum disease and even some cancers. But here's the real kicker for our story today. There was a decrease in a group of bacteria called actinobacteria. Now remember that name, because they are absolutely essential for a vital body function we're about to get into. And this brings us to the most surprising part of this whole thing. This is where we connect that harsh mouthwash you might be using directly to your cardiovascular health, all through a molecule you have probably never, ever associated with your mouth before. So beyond helping with digestion and being your first line of defense, what do you think is the single most unexpected and important job your oral bacteria do for you every single day? It's all about this pathway right here. So you eat healthy stuff like spinach or beets, which are loaded with nitrates. Then very specific bacteria in your mouth, the good guys we've been talking about, do this critical conversion step, turning those nitrates into nitrites. It's only then that your body can take those nitrites and create nitric oxide. Without those bacteria, the entire process just grinds to a halt. And why is this such a big deal? Because nitric oxide is a master regulator for your entire cardiovascular system. It helps your blood vessels relax, which is absolutely critical for keeping your blood pressure healthy. So when you wipe out the bacteria that kickstart this whole process, you are directly messing with your body's ability to manage its own circulatory health. Okay, so that's the problem. But the good news is that creating a healthy, harmonious oral environment is totally within our control. Let's talk about how to actually do it. A really effective routine, it's built on 3 pillars. First, you want to use ingredients that support each other, not work against each other. Second, you got to think beyond just a toothbrush and paste. It's a whole toolkit. And third, and this is a big one, understanding that the order you do things in really, really matters. So let's take an ingredient like hydroxyapatite. It's a natural form of calcium that, makes up most of your tooth enamel anyway. So using it in a toothpaste helps remineralize your teeth. It's basically rebuilding them. And it works with your body's biology, not against it. So what does this actually look like day to day? Well, it means maybe starting your morning by cleaning your tongue and balancing your mouth's pH before you have coffee. Then you wait a little bit after you eat to brush, so you give your saliva time to naturally neutralize those acids. This whole sequence just creates a protective barrier and supports your microbiome all day.
And finally, let's just zoom out for a second, because a healthy mouth doesn't exist on an island. It's deeply, deeply connected to the health of your entire body.
Your oral microbiome is literally the front door to your gut microbiome. What happens in the mouth does not stay in the mouth. If there's an imbalance, it can travel downstream and affect everything, from your digestion to your immune system.
So supporting your whole system means feeding your gut with probiotics from foods like yogurt and prebiotics from all those great vegetables. But it also means you got to focus on the basics, like hydration and, as we've now seen, circulation. Remember, for that garden in your mouth to really thrive, it needs a steady supply of saliva. Saliva is what delivers nutrients and washes away all the bad stuff. And for your salivary glands to work the way they're supposed to, they need excellent circulation to bring them all the fluids and nutrients they need to do their job. So, I'll leave you with this thought. Are your daily habits truly protecting and nurturing that delicate garden in your mouth? Or are they maybe just polishing the door, creating the appearance of clean, while actually disrupting the vital systems just inside? If you're serious about your health, this is a crucial connection to make. And if you're serious about solving dry mouth for good, you might want to consider trying Circ O2. Unlike temporary fixes, Circ O2 works by dramatically improving your circulation. This helps deliver the fluids and nutrients your salivary glands need to produce more of your own natural moisture, which in turn helps protect your teeth from decay and your gums from irritation. The team behind Circ O2 is offering a special discount just for our viewers, and it comes with a 60-day guarantee. Just check the link in the description to learn how you can support your oral health through better circulation.